Guys, 747 here. Welcome to Watch From Plus. Got more content coming your way. So, I have watched a show called Royal Blood. I've been putting this off for quite some time, mainly because I just haven't really got time to edit it. But now I do, and here we are. So, this show puts a whole new meaning to eating because they're literally eating And also on top of that, it sort of leaves you with a good taste in your mouth, even though it has so many torturous scenes. Because what this is, it's like, imagine if Gary's Mod was a hentai production studio. You can do whatever you want. And this guy said, okay, so I want American Ninja Warrior fucking plyometrics. I want the stakes of people risking their lives. I want scat for days, and just take all that and put it in one show in about 60 minutes. Now, I watched this in double speed, and it still felt like it took forever to even absorb what's going on here. So basically, you have two royal princesses on the run, like you see here, Miltei and Sakuya, and they have two different personalities. One, Sakuya is coming from a family where they just normally give up their own daughters just to end wars in general because they're real pussy like that. And the other is Miltei. She just ran off because she was friends with Sakuya, and they both got trapped somewhere. So the trainer or the trafficker, named Rose, she picks him up, locks him in a ship, and it goes to find the One-Eyed Devil, who's out here fucking a chick who loves pirates and says this line here, which, by the way, I would have to say this shit has like some of the most like magnificent one-liners I've ever heard in my life.
It hurt. My stomach feels queasy.
I put laxative in your food.
Despite what the content it has here, it's fucking hilarious. Like all the bars they have in this one show. So I would give it that. You can watch it like a podcast, barring the sexual scenes, and you would just be like, "Oh my god, this is a stand-up routine. It's amazing." So let's get back on track. Devil Pirate. He goes back to the ship that Rose had him captured on, and he starts with training them. And it goes like, you know, typical stuff, like the tsundere is just sitting over there like, man, how come I'm not getting tortured and it out and gouged out and getting ether by an octopus? I want to do all that. It's that type of stuff to get them motivated so they can go out there on their own volition, their own voluntary state, so they can be more eager. It's a whole mind break technique that I've learned through these shows somehow. I hope I don't get put in a situation like this. I'm not saying I would, but I'll have too much knowledge, but it doesn't matter. And why would I even say that? I'm incriminating myself here. Jesus Christ. And so we're at this point now where we're seeing Miltei ask Sakuya, like, why are you enjoying this? What is going on? You've only been here for 2 days, and you're over here, like, literally just begging for 30 gallons of this on the regular. Like, what is going on here? And Sakuya's like, well, I want to live. I want to fight, reunite with my family. I know all my sisters are going through, because all my sisters go through this exact thing. Because apparently, Sakuya's family, they breed their girls to be like, hey, just so you know, we get in a lot of wars, and we're really rich. So we don't like to do any of the warring stuff, so instead we just offer our daughters to the king. So we have a bunch of daughters just in case that happens. We got 20 of them now, and about 10 go every war we have, so get used to that. You know, so like Sakuya's over here with this ultimate sacrificial mind state, like Milena in Elden Ring. Funny reference there. And that explains why she's easily mind broken to the point where she's like this brand new person now. Miltei's like, oh, you fucking idiot, you fucking dumbass. But then as time goes on, she gets jealous of all the action and attention that Sakuya's getting because she's just basically getting ignored. It gets to the point where it's finally Miltei's turn. She has to eat for her very first stage show. Now, when I say stage show, I don't literally mean people are watching, because it's a training session on a ship on a sea for some reason. But that would explain the octopus, so I guess it makes sense there. And it's a 3 to 5 minute extensive scene. Sakuya doesn't want to in her best friend's mouth, because why would you want to do that? But the moment that happens, they become interlinked, intertwined, as if they were to be one body, one being. It's kind of wholesome once you get over the thick of it. And we're coming to find out that the further and further we go along, the One-Eyed Devil Pirate's starting to develop feelings for them. And it's strange because we're led to believe that he has been doing this for years. And to just catch feelings for these two girls like this instantly is one of those things where he goes, do you think this is one of his retirement parties or something like that? I don't even know. But the show goes on, we see Miltae develop more and more for feelings. But there are a couple things that we have to get over before we even get to the ending of the story. So first of all, there's this American Ninja Warrior or Warrior type of activity where they're on like a massive log over a bed of spikes. They're chained up and they have to maintain an equal amount of pressure on their side for the chains or else they will fall off. And this already strenuous, exhausting as is, decides to add an entire octopus trying to finagle them the entire time. And for some odd reason, the spikes, the stake of them dying disappears, and then they end up just like going at it with each other. And Octopus also disappears as well. Now I'm sure there's a decent transition, but I'm not willing to watch that junk again because I can't. There's a lot of torture in this show. I would say 70-80% of the show is basically torture. It's basically like trying to bend them at any given cost to make sure that they are completely malleable for the next client. And plot twist upon plot twist, as I mentioned before, remember the developing feelings thing? Well, this happens.
本気なのか。生徒二人と赤眼の悪魔と恐れられる男の命を交換しても構わないのか。
そうだ。俺の命と引き換えにあいつらを自由にしてやってほしい。どうだ。
面白い男だ。まあ、あなたの調教を見て、もう手放さないだろうと予想はしていた。
どういうことだ。
本人も気づいていないのだろうが、あなたの調教には愛があるからな。
そうか。恩に切る。それから、これは返しておく。お前さん、以前は王族だったんだろ？ピアスがそう教えてくれた。
私もあなたに調教されていれば、もっと別の人生を歩んでいただろう。残念でならない。
And sets the sea with both of them. And you got Rose here just crying off and saying, damn, if I had you as a trainer, I'd be such a happy person because plot twist, Rose was also in Miltae Sakuya's shoes. She also was kidnapped. That was of royal blood, get the title. And she was also trained to be a sex slave, just like those two were, except she sold into sex slavery, and somehow she hustled her way up and became the sex slaving manager. Just like one of those people at your job be like, you know, I've been here for 30 years. I started in your position just like you. And look at me now. I own the company. It's like that, except there's no way they're going to let you do that now because why would they let someone that's good at the job that they're currently doing be promoted because they'd have to hire someone else to replace them that isn't as good? Like a lot of moving pieces here. Number one, when Sakuya and Miltae are finally left free, Devil gives him a choice, and he lets Sakuya go off to her family to find her sisters, because her sisters, obviously, as before, have been basically been used as sexual pawns to stop wars, which I'm pretty sure there are other ways to stop a war, but hey, that's me being a moralist. Oh. And then you got Miltae being his partner, the title of the One-Eyed Devil and the Golden Goddess, and they go off happily ever after, just start pirating for the rest of their life. Now, the moving pieces I see are number one, the logistics of having an octopus just bloodlusted or lust-lusted, because it's a sexual octopus, not a murderous one, on command, just to snap and start just chicks is crazy. Also, how do you have these spikes just on demand like that? Wouldn't that imply that in this entire ship, you have a whole room dedicated to just spikes on the floor? How was that even feasible? Why would you even need that? Other than torturing people, like the architecture required to build that. Like, what if someone accidentally triggers that and they just fall on their face and die? Huh? Also, on top of that, the amount of masks in this boat they keep showing, is it because they murdered that many people, or does this person just love decor in their ship that they use to torture sex slaves? They don't want to give them just plain wooding to look at. They gotta give them some fine masks. So many questions here. Also, the torture techniques. Why the octopus? Okay, I have to mention the dub. The dub I watch because I like to do other things. I don't want to dedicate my whole hour or 2 hours of watching this stuff just to watch it in sub and cry tears of blood. I like to, play Elden Ring. I like to, watch other shows, do my taxes, and most cases, these type of shows with dub, it doesn't really work out because like it's weird when you're trying to recreate a moan in a dub format, but it's specifically made for the Japanese iteration, and even then it's the same 3 actors moaning, so you can't even get the full evocative experience out of it. But this was just funny to me. Is asking, am I gonna describe those 3 ways? No, I'm gonna let you do that one.